for Moms, and I talk consistency. I teach other women and moms how to stay consistent, how to keep showing up with your healthy habits so you can reach your health and fitness goals, and specifically weight loss is a big one to talk about, but the things that I teach are really good for even if you're just trying to get stronger, you're trying to exercise more, you just want to get better with your diet, all of that stuff. The things that I talk about are very, very helpful for that. So today's topic, I want to talk about what maintaining your weight loss really looks like. I don't know about you, but when I first started trying to lose weight and back in the day, I had an idea of what maintenance looked like. And to me, maintenance really looked like what I saw other people who seemed to be naturally at a healthy weight doing, which was whatever they wanted. There's this thought, there's this idea that's always running around like, well, if you're already, thin or at a healthy weight, you can eat whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. You can, in essence, afford to eat poorly because you're not already out of shape. You're not already overweight. And so I really kind of thought that if I could just lose the weight, then I could do what I want because, in essence, I was already lean. So if I ate poorly, it was fine. And that's not true. And honestly, that kind of thinking is probably one of the reasons I gained weight in the first place, is this idea that I could just eat whatever I wanted if I already weighed a certain amount. But the problem is if you eat poorly when you weigh a certain amount, you will not continue to weigh that amount. And how this kind of applies in the weight loss is a lot of us, I think, still have that idea that when it comes to losing weight, we just need to do whatever it takes to get the weight off, and then we can do what we want. If I weigh a healthy weight, then I can eat the stuff that I want because it's fine because I'm already small, and so it'll be okay. And I really kind of have that idea. And the reason this is a problem is for two reasons. Is one, it's not true. So you're going to be really disappointed when you lose weight and then you can't just have whatever you want. But two, it'll lead people to, and it's definitely the case for me, it will lead people to choosing diets and weight loss methods and exercise programs and all that stuff that sound effective but are maybe not something that they want to do long term. So, I tried diets in the past that I didn't really enjoy per se. I didn't like them, but I thought they would be effective. And so I was just kind of like, okay, this sucks, but if it works, then it's fine and I won't have to do it anymore. And that's actually not how things work. I've been in maintenance for getting close to 2 years now. And getting close to 3 years now. I forgot a whole year. And I will tell you straight up that maintaining your weight loss looks a whole lot like whatever you did to lose it. So it's eating, pretty much the same diet, very similar. It's doing a lot of the same exercise programs, drinking the same amount of water, making the same choices, the same portion sizes. What you do is you lose the weight that helps you lose the weight, that helps you get to that healthy weight. That is what your body is, accustoming itself to. That is what your body is getting used to. Those are the habits that help you get to that weight. And so those are the habits that you have to maintain to keep that weight. And so what that really means is that you need to, in some way, like your diet, you need to enjoy to some degree, or you need to feel good about what you're doing to lose weight. So if you're doing something that, you don't feel good about, you hate, makes you miserable, frustrates you, or if you're thinking this is not something that I want to do forever, you're kind of setting yourself up for failure because you're going to have to keep doing it in order to maintain the weight loss. I'm not going to say it's impossible to transition, but it is, but it's hard. And a lot of us, when we lose the weight, we're terrified of it coming back. We don't want it to come back. Losing weight is not easy. Nobody wants to have to do it again. Having been on my own roller coaster of losing weight, gaining it back, losing weight, gaining it back, it's very frustrating and can also be very defeating having to do it over and over again. But the reason I see a lot of people get stuck in this pattern is because they tried stuff that really was not sustainable. Sustainable is really the word that you want to feel, that you want to come to mind, that you want to kind of be on board with when you're thinking about how you want to lose weight. It needs to be something that you can do long term. So if you do a super strict diet and yay, it works and you lose the weight, you can't then just go randomly start eating back all the other foods. Like, I'm not saying you have to cut them out to lose weight, like forever, but how you lose the weight is how you're gonna, what you need to do to keep it off. So you need to know how to eat these foods in moderation before you lose weight or as you're losing the weight. You need to know how to balance out your favorite foods with eating healthy in a way that maintains that weight. And that's a lot harder to figure out when the weight's already off, or if you only know how to be at that healthy weight, eating a certain way or doing certain exercises that maybe you don't enjoy, right? Like, think about it. Most of us, myself for sure, like, I want to keep this weight off for the rest of my life. I do not want to do this again. I want to be at a healthy weight. All the reasons that I wanted to lose weight are going to continue to exist. So you got to think that the habits that you're going to put in place, the things that you're going to do, the diet you're going to have, exercise, all those habits, they need to be things that you are willing to do for the rest of your life, for long term. So definitely keep that in mind. Like, when it comes to what I did to lose weight that I still do now to maintain it, meal planning, yep. Meal prepping, yep. Drinking at least 64 ounces of water a day, yep. Waiting till I'm hungry to eat and not just eating because I want to, because I'm tired, because I'm stressed, right? Definitely do that. Stopping at satisfied, not overeating, yep. Not mindlessly snacking, yep. Still do all of that. Not eating treats every day, still do that. I work on limiting how much flour I eat. My body doesn't process it well. Still doing that, right? All of these things that I did to lose weight, I have to continue to do them to maintain my weight loss. And when I catch myself slipping on those, my weight starts to go back up, because those are the habits that help me maintain a healthy weight. Those are the habits that my body needs to be at this weight. And I know this is a good weight for me. So I don't look at those healthy habits as like, oh my God, I can't believe I have to do that. I look at them as like, this is the way that my body's designed to function. Like, this is how I should have been eating all along. I just hadn't learned those habits and I didn't know them. And so I had to learn them later in life and figure them out. But this is what it takes for me. And so I accept that. These are habits I feel good about, that I know I can do this long term. I can feel good about this long term. And so that helps me maintain my weight loss. But if you're doing habits that you don't feel good about, you are going to struggle to maintain your weight loss. And like I said, it's possible to transition, but if you're early on in your journey, like, save yourself all that drama, save yourself all that stress. Like, it is not fun, okay? And make sure that you're kind of putting habits in place. You're looking at diets, you're making changes to your life that are things that you're like, yeah, you know what? This is something I'm willing to do long term. This is something I'm willing to keep up with. This is something that I am okay with doing for the rest of my life, because I know that this is healthy for me. I know that this is good for me. So if you are currently looking at your diet and you're like, well, crap, I don't feel like that about it at all, or if thinking about doing it long term really sucks, right? Like, if you get that feeling like, oh my God, I don't want to do this forever. Like, I was really thinking I could just lose the weight and then it would be fine. Like, if that's kind of where your head is at, then you kind of have two options. Option one, which I highly suggest, start looking around for something else. Start looking for other ways to do this. There are a lot of different diets out there. There are a lot of different ways to manage your weight. And that is because, we're all different. Our bodies are different. Our bodies respond to different things. We've got different experiences. Maybe different things feel right for us. So start exploring the options out there. If you need some ideas, suggestions, please reach out. I've tried a lot of them and researched even more, so I can kind of help point you in the direction of something that'll probably be a good fit for you. But if you're looking at your diet right now and you're like, oh my God, I'm not doing this for the rest of my life, then you need to start looking for something else. Now, if you're looking at your diet and you're like, okay, maybe for health reasons or for some other reason out there, you're like, this is a good fit for me. I don't necessarily love it. Like, it's hard for me to do, but I know maybe this is the right option. Like, I know some people have health reasons that they need to eat a certain way. Like, I got a friend doing an elimination diet, and maybe it wasn't her first choice of how she wants to eat for the rest of her life, but her body's responding so well to it, and it's what she needs health-wise. But stuff like that can sometimes be tough. And so when you're in that kind of place, then you need to start working on your mindset around it. You need to start working on how you look and approach and feel about your diet. And you need to start turning it into something that's positive and good for you. I love cookies. I love ice cream. I love pizza. But my body does not do well on those foods if I eat them too often. And I have to look at the bigger picture in that not the food is the joy in my life, eating these things or what makes me feel better, but finding that joy in other places and looking at the decision not to eat them all the time as something good I'm doing for myself. Not something I'm taking away, not something I'm depriving of myself, not something I can't have because I have no self control or I can't eat in moderation or my body's just broken and I don't get to enjoy this like other people. Like, I don't go down that road of thinking because that just leads to me feeling miserable. What I focus on is not eating these things is a healthy choice that I make for myself because I know it's good for me. I know I can live a better, healthier, happier life when I make these other eating choices. And so, really working on getting in that frame of mindset about how you're eating. And that's also something that's useful just long term. I want to make healthy choices and I want to feel good about making healthy choices, right? Like, a lot of us think I'm going to make the healthy choice, but I feel like crap about it because it just doesn't feel fair. But this sucks. It's miserable. That's one of the reasons a lot of people struggle to stick to their diet because they look at it as this terrible thing that they have to do versus this positive choice for themselves that's getting them where they want to be in their lives. So that is something that is very helpful in kind of making sure that these things not become something you have to do, not something you struggle to, not something you make yourself do, but something that you've adopted as a lifestyle, as a long-term thing, as the person that I'm going to be. I'm going to be the person who makes healthy choices and feels good about it. Like, that is really where you want to be and what you want to work towards adopting that mindset as you look at maintenance, as you look at weight loss plan, as you look at this as something that you're going to do long term. And like I said, feel good about it. Nobody, you can lose the weight, but if you hate how you did it, you hate what you have to do to maintain it, it's not going to make you feel good. And it's not going to be something that you're going to easily stick to. It's always going to be a fight because you're always fighting what you really wish you could be doing versus deciding, this is the best choice for me and I feel good about doing something that's good for my body, right? That's kind of where you want to get at. Okay, I'm going to hop off. I hope that was helpful for you guys. If you have any more questions about maintenance, any more questions about what I'm doing, you want some tips, ideas, suggestions about things that you can try and ways to lose weight that really feel good for your body and your mind, hit me up, send me a message, comment below. I will absolutely get back to y'all. I hope you're doing well. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.